Hey, it's Kim Commando today, your daily podcast to keep you up to date with all things digital and beyond. And I'd love to have you be a part of our podcast. You can make an appointment to speak with me. Just head over to commando.com, and on the top right, there's a button that says Email Kim. Fill that out, and that's it. I always like to start with something interesting. And if you're an aspiring musician or if you know one, listen to this. You can make $5,000 on a song. Snapchat is allocating $100,000 a month to distribute songs to use on its platform. And so if you know someone who has a song that they would want to use on Snapchat for a video or poster, I think they would be really great on a Snapchat video or post rather, is that you submit your song on Snapchat, and if your song gets selected by them, you're going to make $5,000. I'm not sure if you give up copyrights or not, so that's definitely something to check out if that's going to be an issue for you. But I have to tell you, I've never really been good at anything musical, not at all. But after visiting Cabo, I was so impressed with the Mexican culture. I wrote a song about tortillas, but I don't know. When I performed it, it was more of a rap. And you see, ladies and gentlemen, that wasn't bad. That was a good one. I mean, sometimes I crack myself up, all right? But I will tell you something about music. And this is really something, is that I recently met one of the founding members of the Beach Boys, who, Bruce, if you're listening, thank you. It was so nice meeting you. And what a gentleman. And his lady, so very lovely. And he listens to the show and he's a fan. And then Bruce told me, he said, Kim, you have a fabulous voice. And he's told me, like, you have such a great voice. Have you ever tried to sing? And I was so tempted to just like belt out a song. Well, I did. I embarrassed myself. And he's like, maybe singing isn't for you. I know. I'm like, I'll just stick to radio, Bruce, but thank you. In the Kim Commando Show, yes, that's right. We are your most trusted source for all things digital. And we're the biggest show, the largest show, the most trusted show about anything technical. You can find us on over 425 top stations from coast to coast. And we're streaming in your favorite radio app. Just search for Commando with a K, of course. And you can find us streaming as a podcast, as a webcast, 24/7, whenever you want. You get 3 months worth of archives over at getkim.com. And a special thank you goes out to all of our listeners on the American Forces Network Radio, talking about our servicemen and women in the Army, the Marines, the Navy, the Air Force, the Coast Guard, and the Space Force who protect our great nation. And our T-Mobile Unlimited listener line is now open at 1-888-825-5254 is the way to join us. And just a quick reminder, if you're too shy for radio, you can always drop me your question over on our website. That's commando.com with a K, of course. And in the upper right-hand corner, there's a link that says Email Kim. And speaking of T-Mobile, I just love modern technology, but sometimes simpler is really better. I just can't stand it when someone sends me a super long email. Oh my gosh, 3 more paragraphs going on and on. I'm like, TLDR, too long. They didn't read it. Just call me. Okay, that's just the way it is. And you know what else is better when it's simple? I'm talking about your phone bill. That's why I love T-Mobile. If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has discounted rate plans designed especially for you. They're the only carrier, by the way, with discounted 55-plus rate plans available nationwide, just T-Mobile. Taxes and fees are included in your monthly plan price, so the price you see is the price that you pay. That means no surprises on your bills. And since inflation is causing everything else to rise, it's great knowing that your T-Mobile bill will be the same amount every month because taxes and fees are included. It makes it so much easier to plan your budget. When it comes to your phone bill, simpler really is better. And with T-Mobile's 55-plus plans, your bill is simpler than ever. So don't wait. Visit T-Mobile.com/55 or call 1-800-T-Mobile today.
Sales tax and regulatory fees included in the monthly price for qualifying rate plans. See details at T-Mobile.com.
And also, I'd like to thank Angie for helping to make this show possible. If you're looking to increase your home's value, consider a home improvement project. Even repainting your front door can add a few $1,000s to the final sale. Instead of adding yet another thing to your plate, just download the Angie app to find a pro who can get the job done right. That's what I did. Angie doesn't just have 20-plus years of home service experience. They've combined it with new tools to simplify totally how we tackle home care. Works fabulously. You just answer a few questions about your project online or in the Angie app, and Angie will handle the rest from start to finish. And you can cross things off your to-do list in just a few taps. I used Angie to find a licensed contractor to redo our front yard. Then I had him do the backyard. I used Angie to find a wonderful housekeeper. And when you book and pay through Angie, you get their happiness guarantee, covering your project up to the full purchase price. So whether it's painting the door, front door, or a dream remodel, Angie makes it easier to get the job done. Just download the free Angie mobile app today or visit Angie.com. That's ANGI.com. All right, let's start with 5 things I picked that I think you need to know about where tech is heading. Some new developments, changes that are here in your entire digital life. Aaron, we're going to talk about the Ford F-150 Lightning truck. Prices start just under $40,000, making it super affordable, and the truck is really amazing. Now, depending upon the make and model that you get, goes anywhere between 450 to 580 horsepower, reaches 60 miles per hour in about 4 seconds, can cover a quarter of a mile in 12.7 seconds at 107 miles per hour. Okay, this is a smoking truck. Now, the big deal is with the Lightning, it's electric. A truck gets about 230 miles per charge. They have other ones, but that's average. I actually have a Ford F-150 Lightning truck on order because you know me, I'm a car gal. A fully charged truck can supply up to 3 days electricity for the average home in the event of a power outage. That's pretty slick. But there's no telling when I'm going to get my Ford F-150 because over the last couple of months, they've shipped a little under 3,000 trucks. But guess how many trucks are on the reservation list before they shut it down? How many trucks? So they shipped 3,000 trucks since May. How many trucks are on the reservation list? Anyone? Anyone? 200,000. Wow. Ford has never seen a hit like this. Coming next year, Ford is going to release an F-150 Lightning SSV. The SSV stands for a Special Service Vehicle. It's the first truck that's electric and specifically designed for the police force. They're not releasing a ton of specs, but the thought is that these trucks will be used on crime scenes and towing boats and getting cars and things like that. You know, speaking of Ford, I always thought that Ford Edge was a bad name for a car. I mean, Ford Edge, for like when you almost just want to get there. I mean, you're on the edge of getting there, the Ford Edge. Or how about the Aspire? I'm aspiring to be something else. Number 2, a Netflix documentary you're just going to watch is coming out soon. John McAfee. You know, the guy used to reach out to me from time and time again. He always wanted to come on the show. And he wanted to come on and tell me about some new project he's working on or why he was getting a bad rap for something like that. But you know John McAfee. Yes, he founded McAfee to sell the first commercial antivirus software program. He left there in 1994. He ran for president under what he called the Cyber Party. John said the taxes were illegal and he hadn't filed any tax returns since 2010. In 2012, he was living in Belize and was arrested for drug manufacturing. 2019, his yacht was docked outside the Dominican Republic and arrested for carrying a lot of high-caliber weapons and ammunition. He was arrested in Norway. This is this character. He was arrested in Norway for using a lace thong as a face mask. In Belize, he was named a strong person of interest in a homicide investigation of an American who was murdered there in 2012. He said he had 47 children. And there's a whole story about how he was found dead on June 23rd, 2021, in a prison cell near Barcelona. Well, coming to Netflix in just a few weeks is a new documentary. McAfee asked a film crew to document everything that was going on as he invaded the authorities and police, and he was trying to get away from the Mexican cartel, he says. Anyway, the documentary is called Running with the Devil and the Wild World of John McAfee. And it was a wild world. I mean, listen to what this guy's life was all about. I mean, guns, drugs, alcohol, lace thongs, homicides. Now that I say all this, I kind of wish maybe I should have had him on the show. It probably would have been a really interesting interview. Number 3 on our list is Prime Time for another Prime Day. That's right. Amazon Prime Day happened this past July 12th and 13th, and consumers worldwide purchased over 300 million items. All right. Amazon said it was their biggest day in history. Last Prime Day that was that big was 250 million items. Think about that, 300 million items. It's estimated that Prime Day brought in for revenues for Amazon 2 days. Gosh, phenomenal. Guy started with selling used books. $4.4 billion in 2 days. Isn't that just nuts? Well, they're going to do it again. Word is out that Amazon's going to have another Prime Day or two this October. Speaking of Prime, in my USA Today column that's out, USA Today come out next week. You can find it on my website now. How to save big money on Prime memberships. Because a Prime membership, it's not cheap. It's like $15 a month or $140 a year. What you may not know is that you can have Amazon Household Allows two adults to share Prime benefits and digital content like ebooks. You don't have to live in the same house, by the way, but you can split that. And then you can also add up to 4 teens under the plan for free. So if you are struggling to pay your Prime membership or thinking about canceling, you might want to find somebody who might want to share it with you. Number 4 on our list, get ready for some smart screws. That's right. At first thought, smart internet connected screws might sound like a ridiculous idea, but think about a screw that would send out an alert when it detects that it's loose. Where would this be helpful? Where would it be helpful? Okay. I'm not talking about in your house. I'm talking about on a bridge. How about on a crane? Scaffolding, roller coasters. Yes, smart screws. Anything that needs safety inspections. Just think of bridges that are around the country. Some are in disrepair, they're not getting inspected as they should be. It's called the Smart Screw Connection. It's made up of a screw with a pre-attached washer. And that washer is a special film that can detect a change in pressure through electrical resistance. Wow, isn't this smart? And if it does, a radio module built into the screw head sends out a wireless signal to a base station that's relayed to whoever needs to know this. And I know what you're thinking. Well, Kim, what about batteries? No, no batteries are required. They are harvesting the energy by allowing the screws to continually generate electricity on their own. Now, whoever came up with that, I'm telling you, you are just so smart. I mean, that smart screw smart. You're smart too. And finally, coming in at number 5, a smart scarf that's synced to a stadium. So let's take a trip across the pond to Manchester City, where everyone is a football fan. Well, their football is soccer. You know that. The Premier League Football Club is working with Cisco, okay, big tech company, to create what they're calling the Smart Connected Scarf. Well, Scarf has a sensor that's going to track the wearer's heart rate, body temperature, and emotional state during a football match. Okay, if you've ever seen anybody in England watching a football match, they're always screaming and jumping up and down. So I don't know if we need a scarf for that. But during the test, the scarf recorded data of 120 moments of interest, they say, and gave them concrete information about each fan who was watching the game. Okay, so they got the scarf around their neck. But think about this. Why would they want this? How could they use a smart scarf to make money? Well, I had a few ideas. Maybe if the scarf was working with the sound system in the stadium, the scarf could have everyone's heartbeat in sync. And then when the ref releases the ball, is that they could actually be syncing that to other type of music. Or better yet, when everybody's super excited about what's going on in the game and they're jumping up and down and the excitement's there, they play a commercial for beer or for a soft drink or for you to go hit the snack bar or whatever it may be. You know, I always think soccer is really such a strange game to me. It's such a strange game. I mean, in soccer, everyone's just running away from their goals. Why would you do that? All right, let's talk about Simply Safe. I believe home should be the safest place on earth for every single family. That's why I use and I recommend Simply Safe. Simply Safe is advanced whole home security that puts you, your home, and your family's safety first. Simply Safe offers comprehensive protection not only against intruders and burglary, but against expensive home hazards from flooding to fires. With 24/7 professional monitoring, Simply Safe's agents take action the very moment a threat is detected, dispatching police or first responders in an emergency. Here's why. Simply Safe uses proprietary video verification technology so that monitoring agents can visually confirm the threat in order to get higher priority 911 dispatch. That's amazing. Monitoring plans are affordably priced, just $1 a day with no long-term contract. There's no hidden fees. Now, you can customize the perfect system for your home in just a few minutes by going to simplysafekim.com. Now, if you go today, you can claim a free indoor security camera, plus get 20% off of interactive monitoring at simplysafekim.com. Once again, simplysafekim.com. All right, we've got 5 tech tips that are going to make your long-haul flights a lot more bearable. We're going to be talking about streaming, and then we have a great tip about how to modernize your old car to make it, I guess you'd say, easier to drive. Maybe put some new tech into those old wheels. And then we're going to talk about how you can stop Google tracking you. And of course, we have all of your fantastic phone calls here on the Kim Komando Show. How'd you like to hear about how I saved $456 in just 5 minutes? I used an app called Rocket Money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. Can you remember all the free trials and all the other random subscriptions that you've signed up for? Of course you don't, and that's what they're banking on. I love that with Rocket Money, I can see all of my subscriptions in one place. Then if I see something I don't want, I just tap to cancel, and I never have to get on the phone with customer service. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has helped save its members an average of $720 a year, with over 500 million in canceled subscriptions. Stop wasting money on things that you just don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/Kim. That's rocketmoney.com/Kim. rocketmoney.com/Kim. Our T-Mobile Unlimited listener line is now open. I'd love to hear from you. If you have not already claimed your free guide from me, what the heck are you waiting for? Okay, it's not going to come into your inbox automatically. You have to go to commando.com/free guides, and there we put together some tips, tricks, and secrets you're going to use time and time again. That's commando.com/free guides. It's our special thank you for listening to our program and checking out our tips. That's commando.com/free guides. Okay, moments away from some tech tips if you're still going to be traveling this year. And how about we start with Sandra in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Pardon me, boy.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine. I thank you so much for everything you do, Kim. I love your stable opinions, because when those things out there that I cannot choose between, I don't know. I always trust you. I did from the very beginning. So I'm very happy to be here today to ask you my question. I have a twofold question. I've got a lot of older audio cassette tapes that I want to feed over into my, I've got a new Samsung Galaxy S6 Lite Android tablet, and I want to do editing on that. I need a decent, semi-beginner, decent editing app for my audio, and I need to know how to figure out the chords, whatever digital thing I need to connect from my, I'm going to use my audio cassette player, my old player, and my headset port to put into my tablet, but I need to know what to put in between those two things to make it happen.
You can't. You can't just. Yeah, I mean, it's. I mean, I'm good, but you just can't put your hand on the cassette and your left hand on the cassette player and your right hand on your tablet and say, "Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go from point A to point B. Okay, just close your eyes and make that magic happen." Yeah, if I did, I would have won the. Yeah, if I did, I could win that $1 billion lottery that I never play or win at. But anyway. Here's what you do: is I'm going to put some links together for what you want to, as far as the cables and the connectors that you need. Okay, so we don't need to go that, because then you're going to be like, what was that called, and how do I find that on Amazon? So I'm just going to put together some links for some Amazon products for you. If that audio cassette doesn't work, or you think you might want a new one, there's also some other devices that you could put that cassette. So I'm going to put a link to one of those as well. Now, as far as the software that you're going to use on your tablet, one is called WavePad. That's like, it sounds like wave. I'm going to wave to you in WavePad. Another one's called MixPad. Either one of them pretty decent. So what's going to happen is you're going to be able to edit that audio, get rid of any of the hisses too, and you can start recording your own. Now, keep in mind that the audio quality on a cassette tape is going to be inferior to what we have today, but only because we're just so more technologically advanced. Now, if you wanted to, just throwing it out there, is that you could take this audio into your computer, then you can upload it to a website like otter.ai. It will transcribe. It'll transcribe all that audio into written text, and then you could re-record it. Okay. So so that might be an option for you as well. So if it doesn't sound all that great, again, you're going to put it into your computer, use WavePad or MixPad, and then you can use a site like otter.ai and then it will take all that audio, or you can just play it in the background, use your computer, stuff like that. But there's just an idea for you. Sandra, thank you so much for your call. Stay right where you are. We have more of the show coming up. How'd you like to hear about how I saved $456 in just 5 minutes? I used an app called Rocket Money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. Can you remember all the free trials and all the other random subscriptions that you've signed up for? Of course you don't, and that's what they're banking on. I love that with Rocket Money, I can see all of my subscriptions in one place. Then if I see something I don't want, I just tap to cancel, and I never have to get on the phone with customer service. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has helped save its members an average of $720 a year, with over 500 million in canceled subscriptions. Stop wasting money on things that you just don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/Kim. That's rocketmoney.com/Kim. rocketmoney.com/Kim. Hey, still to come, we're going to be talking about streaming services. We're going to tell you how you should change your voicemail greeting to save your life. We've got a great tip about taking your old car and bringing it into the digital age with the right stuff. And this portion of the show has been brought to you by Dr. Marty Pets. What are you feeding your dog? Chances are, even if it's premium or organic dog food, it contains 50 to 64% processed cereal byproducts with little nutritional value. Now, for 45 plus years, Dr. Marty Goldstein has been a pioneer in pet nutrition. Nature's Blend is a premium freeze-dried raw dog food made in North America. And get this, 81% of the food is made from real cuts of raw turkey, raw beef, raw salmon, and raw organ meats. The rest is omega-3 rich seeds, superfood veggies, and fruits. My golden retriever, Abby, I have to tell you, used to be such a picky eater. Now, really, she sees the Dr. Marty bag and she starts salivating. She devours her food and she's no longer scratching like crazy. Love that. If your dog is picky, just try it. They offer a hassle-free full refund within 90 days of purchase if your dog doesn't love it. Now, for a limited time, save 50% off of your first order, plus get a free bag of Dr. Marty's best-selling dog treats. Go to drmartypets.com/Kim. That's DRMARTY pets.com/Kim, or text my name Kim to 511-511.
Text fees may apply. You may receive up to one additional text. Text STOP to opt out.
All right, let's talk about some tech tips that will make your flights more bearable. First of all, cancel out the noise. Airplanes are just so full of noise between the sound of the jet engines and people talking and babies crying. Noise-canceling headphones use built-in microphones to listen to the sound, and then a processor analyzes the sound and creates a sort of anti-noise to cancel out the disruptive noise. We have some link to some great noise-canceling headphones. Number 2 on our list, download your music, movies, and TV shows before you're bored, because let's face it, sometimes the Wi-Fi on planes is non-existent, doesn't work, or it's just spotty. Number 3 on our list is share the audio. If you're sharing a movie, you can also share the audio. We're going to tell you how. And if you haven't already gotten the official airline app, be sure that you do that. Some airlines offer in-flight entertainment in these apps, and you can also use it to get your boarding pass and change seats, track your luggage. And finally, number 5 on our list is don't forget the juice. That's right. You need to have the right connectors, have a portable power pack with you. And this way, as you're in the highways and in the airways, is that you are always connected. All right, before we get to some more of our tips and phone calls, it's time now to welcome our amazing content queen, Allie Seligman, to the show. Hello there, Allie. Glad to have you with us. So we're going to be talking about streaming. Oh my gosh, the other day, Barry's like one of he's got a pile of grandchildren, honest to God. And he just has a pile of them. And and there's always more that come. I don't know where these kids come from. So we had we had 5 of them visit. Ooh. And I said, why don't you go put something on the TV, for them? And he comes back and he's like, I didn't know what to do, so I just got Disney Plus. And so great. I'm like, okay, great, Disney Plus. Do we need that? And so the kids come, the oldest one's 12. I said, why don't we throw on a movie? Okay. And so she's like, "Oh, do you have Netflix?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Oh, come on, everybody, let's watch Netflix." So there goes.
Well, now you got Disney Plus.
Now I get Disney Plus, so I have to unsubscribe to Disney Plus.
Yes. So action item number 1, cancel Disney Plus. Good.
Yes.
Noted.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like we all signed up for, you sign up for one service because a situation like that, oh, we need it, or you want to watch this show, and before you know it, you're getting hit for $5-10 a month. I don't know, 10 different times. It's crazy.
Yes, exactly.
I thought today I would help us all save a little bit of money because a lot of these streaming services have free trials. So if you've never used it before and there's something you want to watch, awesome. You don't need to pay for anything. You can just do the free trial.
As long as you remember to cancel that free trial. See,
that is the
problem.
big note. Yes.
Yes.
So do whatever you have to do to remember. Make yourself a notification in your phone, a calendar reminder, pay someone.
Should I write on my hand right now, cancel Disney Plus? Okay.
You really should. Yes. That's actually a good idea. You can remind yourself, send yourself a text and then keep it unread. And you'll see that every time you open your messages and you'll feel like, oh, I need to do that. But yes, remember to cancel it. Otherwise, you're going to be mad at me for telling you to sign up for free trials. So make sure you do that. My other note, only sign up for one at a time. In most of these cases, you only get a week of it. So there's no point in having a bunch because you're not going to be able to watch a lot anyway.
Right.
It's a pretty gross summer, so hey, you could get a new one every week, and then before you know it, it'll be fall and you can go outside again.
Yes, right. That would be nice.
It really would. All right, number 1 on our list of free trials, Apple TV Plus. You can get 7 days free. After that, this one's only $4.99 a month. Not too bad. If I had to pick one Apple TV Plus show to watch, it would be Ted Lasso. Have you seen it, Kim?
You know what? I haven't watched Ted Lasso. I keep meaning to, but there's always something that pops up. Why do you like it?
Oh, it's great. It's charming. It's funny. It actually makes you laugh out loud. It's feel good without feeling too, saccharine. It's like actually wholesome without being annoying.
Oh, okay. Then I'll try it. I might like that.
It's wonderful. Yeah. It's Jacob Sudeikis. He's a football coach who moves. He's from the South and he has to go coach a soccer team in England. So shenanigans ensue, you can imagine, but it's a great show. Runner up there, if you are a space fan, For All Mankind is really good. A new season is going on right now, so good time to hop in. Basically, it's if the space race continued, so see people go to the moon, on Mars, all kinds of stuff. It's fun.
Did they bring back the morning show, or is that done?
I'm not sure. I never watched that one.
Oh, you have to watch the morning show, especially now for what you're doing. It's funny. It is.
All right, I'll put that on my list.
Okay, all right. Okay,
what's
next?
There, three shows on Apple TV. Next up, Paramount Plus Premium. This one, again, you get 7 days free. After that, it's $9.99 a month. This is a really good one because you get all your local CBS stations, including CBS Sports, so live TV stations, and then on demand you get Comedy Central, MTV, Nickelodeon, Nick Jr., Paramount Pictures, and the Smithsonian Channel. That's a lot of stuff for $10.
Is MTV really something anymore? I mean,
it exists. I don't know what's there. I think reality TV. So if you're a reality TV person, I think they have a lot of like dating shows and,
Okay.
My recommendation there, now, full disclosure, I have not seen this one, but I know people love it, Yellowstone. That has to be the recommendation.
Okay, Yellowstone is phenomenal.
I knew that was coming from you.
Is one of the best products that I think they've put out. Kevin Costner's is so talented. And then, of course, they have the sequel. Now they're working for a prequel and another one. And I think, who's in the Harrison Ford, I think. And
oh, wow.
And somebody else is going in really big time. I'd have to look it up, but really big time actresses in. But they're going to take Yellowstone now to the 1930s.
Oh,
I'm super excited about that.
I think there are 4 seasons of it. So in that week, you're probably not going to catch up on all of it, but good luck.
No.
Good luck to you. All right, next up is Hulu. This one is nice because you get a 30-day free trial with Hulu. After that, it is $5.99 a month if you want commercials, $11.99 without. My Hulu pick is Only Murders in the Building. Have you seen this one?
So funny.
It's so funny. It's a great show.
It's
a great
Selena
show.
Gomez is, I never saw her as a talented actress until I watched her interact with Steve Martin, and she's very talented.
She's great. It's her, Steve Martin, Martin Short, an unlikely trio. I mean, those two, of course, are amazing together, but add her in, and it's so funny. Basically, they become true crime podcasters together, and it's a great show. Season 2, we're a few episodes into it, so again, good time to get started on that one. And 30 days free. I bet you can catch up on everything. All right, next on my list, Discovery Plus. This is another one that includes a lot of stuff. It's got Discovery, TLC, Animal Planet, Food Network, HGTV, History, Lifetime, and a bunch of other channels too. So you get a lot of stuff. It's a 7-day free trial. The ad version is only $4.99. The ad-free version, $6.99, not too bad. My pick here is A Perfect Planet. So it's one of those David Attenborough narrated. I think there's 5 episodes. It's all about nature. So
he has the greatest voice, doesn't he?
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yeah. So
and the birds stood there.
I'm glad you did that. Yes. If you're a nature lover, it's a really good one. Every episode focuses on a different aspect. There's weather, oceans, volcano, humans, the sun. It's awesome. All right. And finally, Showtime. This is another good one because you get 30 days free. So that's a long time, a whole month. After that, $10.99 a month. There are a ton of movies on Showtime, and then they have some pretty good original shows. My pick, it's going to be divisive. Have you seen Yellow Jackets, Kim?
No, I have not.
Okay. So don't watch this if you're squeamish, which I am, but somehow I got through this one. Basically, it's not kid friendly, so be careful if you have kids in the house. Basically, there's a girls' soccer team. They're going on a trip. Their plane crashes, and they land in this really remote place and have to survive in the wild. So you can imagine it's not pretty, but it's one of those shows where you just have to keep watching to see what happens.
Is there any cannibalism? That's all I want to know.
There may or may not be, Kim.
Okay. Ooh. All right.
Yeah. It's a good show, though. If that is too much for you, I understand. Billions is another super popular show on Showtime. People love it. It's basically Paul Giamatti, Damian Lewis, and it's basically one of those dramas about, finance guys who get up to all kinds of no good. You hate everybody, you love everybody. One of those shows.
I don't know which who has Succession, but if you haven't, it's kind of.
I think
that
it's on
same
HBO.
genre.
I think it's
Succession
that same kind of thing.
is awesome. It's
really
great.
a good show. Yeah, it's a really good one.
Recently for Barry's birthday, is I bought him on Etsy. You can buy what looks like official, like Succession, the company's like Wayfair or something like that, or Waynow, I can't remember right now. But you can buy like official gear that it looks like you're like, and I got that, and he's like, oh my God, this is so great. And I'm like, oh,
How funny is that? I love that. There are lots more free streaming trials. We are going to have a whole list over on the website with links where you can just go get that free 7 days or 30 days. Amazon Prime Video, they do 30 days. There's the History Channel, Sundance, a ton of other ones. So we'll have the full list, the channels, what you can watch, and of course, remind you, cancel them. If you sign up and you only want the free trial, do not forget to cancel. Make yourself a reminder.
See, it's tough,
pay somebody to fax you, whatever you need to do.
It's so hard to do. I mean, it's so hard to remember. And so what I do is I go on our Apple subscriptions from time to time, and I will just cancel whatever got signed up for, and to see if we use it ever again. And then invariably it's like maybe like 3 months later after I cancel it, or 2 months later, is I hear, Cam, did you cancel our? I'm like, yes, because we weren't using it.
Exactly. And then there was 2 or 3 months that you didn't pay for it because nobody was using it.
So I tell him, it's like, you know what? I'm just saving a few bucks here. I mean, come on, help me out.
I'm on your team, Kim.
So you're going to have the whole list over on the website?
Yes, indeed.
All right. And Allie, great job as always. Thank you. And yes, get the free trials. And don't sign up for everything under the sun. And remember to get rid of the free trial. All right, so you have an older car, whether it's a classic, 10, 15 years old. Safety is your top concern, right? And how can you bring your car into the modern age? First of all, backup cameras. Love them. Wider view, what's behind you, eliminates blind spots. You can see any kids or animals behind your car. Parallel parking is so much easier. You can also add a standalone GPS unit. Parking sensors you can add too, because nothing wrong with having a little help. I mean, these parking sensors will alert you whether it's another car, a tree, a person walking behind you. You can also get sensors in the front of your vehicle too. So I have these. So if you have a low riding car, and some of our classic cars, is I put a front camera. So this way, you don't hit, one of those parking curbs or something like that. There are also tire pressure monitoring systems, automatic crash response systems that work in the OBD port too. And we've got links to all of these over at commando.com. Just search for modernizing your old car to make it safer, and that tip will pop right up for you. Stay right where you are. We have more stuff that I have to share with you to make you tech smart, and as well as we have more of your phone calls here on the Kim Komando Show.
Since our founding in 2000, we at the Center for Internet Security have always had one mission. It's to create confidence in the connected world for people, businesses, and governments. As a nonprofit, we do this by drawing upon our core competencies of collaboration and innovation. The world is changing, cyber threats are evolving, and IT resources are limited. All you want is a way to strengthen your cybersecurity programs efficiently and effectively. Let CIS help you with these efforts. We use a consensus-based process involving IT professionals from around the world to develop and maintain security best practices. These resources are proven to defend systems and data against threats, both on premises and in the cloud. We also strive to help organizations of every size and maturity strengthen their cybersecurity programs. This includes serving U.S. state, local, tribal, and territorial government organizations. At CIS, we're all about making the connected world a safer place. Visit our website to learn more.
Let's see. Ellen in beautiful Colorado Springs. Hi there, Ellen.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm fantastic. What's going on?
That's good. Well, first of all, I wanted to say thanks for taking my call. I really appreciate it. You know, my husband and I love listening to you, even though we most of the time don't even know what you're talking about. But we still like listening.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. You know what happens is when you listen enough, even though you don't understand it, you watch things things suddenly start making sense after a while, right?
Yes, that does happen frequently.
So, how can I help you today, my dear?
Okay, so I'm a loan signing agent, which is basically a notary that does real estate loan closings. I do the transactions and have people sign them and make sure that everything is signed correctly and dated and everything else. And I have different apps that are on my phone from different companies. They call them signing agencies. And those send out, when there's a closing, say in Colorado Springs, they'll send them out to a number of different notaries in the area. I can be looking at my phone, get the notification, click on it, and someone's gotten it seconds sooner than I have. So therefore, of course, I lose the business. So, I've been wondering, I've asked a lot of people who are technical if they could give me some question. Someone said maybe an Apple phone would work better than an Android phone. I don't think anybody has given me a legitimate answer. So I was hoping you might be able to help me.
Well, a couple of things. Make sure that wherever you are located, you can go to various websites for the providers, the cellular providers, and then you can see, who has the best coverage in that area. You might want to ask if anybody is around, it may be in your house or whatever, what they're using. And then you could actually try putting the app on their phone and to see if maybe you could get these notifications faster. You could also try when you're at home is to actually look at your Wi-Fi and to make sure that try it with and without the Wi-Fi, because maybe I'm thinking if the Wi-Fi is bad, that could be slowing things down. If you're not getting all 5 bars, then we might want to look at putting a cell phone booster into wherever your house is, and so to make sure that we are getting that. Now, there are some cases where fraud is happening. I don't think it's happening in this type of, where there are these underground syndicates that will go in and get the next, say, DoorDash delivery and then sell that to somebody else at a premium because they're illegal and they don't have a driver's license. I mean, there's that type of stuff going on. But I don't think that's happening with you. I think it's really in your coverage. So if this were my case in my business, I would either want to rent a phone, use somebody's phone, put on the different apps, and then to see which one would give me the best coverage. If you need any other help, Ellen, I'm totally here for you. Hey, thanks for listening. Well, we've run out of time. What that means is that you can keep your tech savvy going by heading over to my website 24/7. You can find me at komaindio.com. Hey, thanks for listening to Kim Komando today. So reach over and give me a nice 5-star review. Yes, thank you. And thanks for listening.